Well, I'm going to be doing a series of videos that relate to the tax strategies that we talk about with digital agencies. And when I talk about tax strategy, I mean um, looking for tax opportunities and avoiding tax risks that might face digital agencies due to the nature of their industry and the types of accounting that they do. But I thought I would do a video here real quick just on the question of what is a digital agency? What do I mean by a digital agency? And the thing is that some agencies will identify themselves as digital agencies. Many will just identify some component of what they do as a digital agencies, and some may be doing the work of digital agencies but never really identify themselves exactly that way. So my definition of what I'm talking about is not an authoritative definition, but it's a labeling that allows us to group some companies kind of in a quasi industry here that can allow us to then talk about accounting and tax issues related to these kind of companies. So what do I mean by digital agency? Well, I'm talking about advertising, marketing, and creative agencies that used to be what you might think of as strictly professional services that have evolved over time into providing their clients with what I would call digital products. So they work in the digital space, and they do marketing and strategy from a digital standpoint, and they often, and what I'm really looking for in order to really get into the best tax opportunities available, is that these companies offer and provide their clients with what I call digital products. So what do these companies look like, or what kind of services would they offer? Well, these companies that I'm calling digital agencies, they're very similar, and they often have been in the past purely marketing or advertising companies, advertising agencies. And so they would have things, they would offer services like strategy, marketing strategy. On the tactical end, they may offer services like graphic design and copywriting, social media management and maintenance, video or audio or other kinds of content creation. And then the one that can be exciting from the standpoint of accounting and tax opportunities is they may be somewhat like software companies, or they may in fact in some ways be a software company because they do web development and app development for their clients. So the key takeaway from this video, or this topic that I wanted to kind of throw out there, is that if you're working with a creative agency, or if you're in a creative agency or an advertising agency or a marketing firm and you do digital, keep in mind that digital is different. It's different, and I know you know that in terms of the work that you do for your clients as an agency. But when I say digital is different, I mean it's different from an accounting and tax standpoint, or it can be very different from an accounting and tax standpoint when you're comparing it to a traditional advertising or creative agency. So the reason why it's different is because in the digital space, these agencies have the potential for creating what I would call digital products. And once you go down the road of product creation, it opens the doors to different kinds of tax opportunities, and it also creates different kinds of accounting challenges to address. In that regard, these companies may have development costs, software development costs, similar to software companies. Those development costs may be for client projects, or they may actually be for the development of internal proprietary tools that these companies use. So that's a key issue that opens the door to potential tax opportunities. And then you also have to look at from an accounting standpoint, and just from an understanding the economics of these businesses standpoint, is that these kinds of businesses will often have maintenance plans for their clients. It may be that I mentioned earlier, they may do social media campaigns, and maybe there's some kind of maintenance contract where they're helping maintain or keep up with social media communications for their clients, and that's being charged on a monthly fee or some kind of subscription service. And then you have to ask the question, well, if it's for services over a period of time and there's a fee charge, maybe annually or quarterly or whatever that is, then there may be some accounting issues to consider there. It may be that they're charging a maintenance fee related to website development. So they may develop a website and then ultimately charge maintenance fees for maintaining that website and making sure that they can work through any bug fixes and also provide any updates that might be needed as the externalities of technology change and may affect that website that can cause updates or different kind of little development things that need to be done. And that kind of maintenance is often provided through maintenance contracts that the agency might charge. And again, they may be on a subscription basis. And so this starts to make them look very much in some ways like a SaaS company, or it could make them be like a software as a service company when I use the term SaaS. So these are all ways in which digital makes the business of that agency different than it used to be if it used to only be in the kind of professional services environment without doing digital. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for other videos because I'm going to take this topic, or take this definition that I'm throwing out there, or this labeling that I'm throwing out there of a digital agency, and use it to talk about more specifics related to tax planning, tax strategy, tax risks of digital agencies, along with potentially other digital agency topics that we can bring to the table related to finance and accounting. Okay, thanks, and I will hope to see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.